Happy day, dear all. Welcome to my English class. In the previous class, we started with a new lesson, Jumpin finds a friend. And today we are going to study page number 35 and 36. So, a small recap of the lesson. In the previous class, we saw that there was a frog who did not like to swim in the waters. Rather than swimming, he enjoyed staying back on the land. And all his parents, his brothers and sisters, they used to tell him to jump in, jump in. He mistook it to be his name, and from that day onwards, he started calling himself as Jumpin. So, how much ever parents or his brothers or sisters, his family members tried him to help him in swimming, he did not like at all. If all the frogs swam in the water, Jumpin was very much happily running over the banks of the river. So let us continue. Page number 34. No, please don't, wailed Jumpin. Take him for a swim on your back, said one marsh frog. There are enemies in the water too, said a rough voice. Jumpin looked back with a start. It was an old toad sitting on a rock near him. There are fish and birds and water snakes and big frogs that look for smaller frogs, croaked the toad. But he will be so lonely when we swim, said his father. Why should a smart young frog be lonely? Said the toad. With me around, he will never be lonely. Thank you. Jumpin hugged the toad. So now as we saw that all his family members they want him to swim. So Jumpin says he wailed, that is he shouted, saying that no, please don't force me, I don't want to swim. But March Frog also says that yes, you have to take him for a swim on your back. At least you make him to sit on your back and take him to the waters to swim. Then there was a rough voice. What did the rough voice say? There are enemies in the water too. Jumpin. Immediately he just looked back with a start and he was surprised to listen that it was a old toad. So it was sitting on a rock near him and it said, yes, there are fish and birds and water snakes and big frogs that look for smaller frogs, croaked the toad. So now the old toad is saying that, yes, of course, even in water also there are enemies. It's not only on the land. Even in water, there are fish, birds, water snakes, and big frogs which are looking to hunt for a smaller frog. So, Jumpin is not safe if you take him into the waters, the toad says. But father, he was so much worried. He said, but how can we leave him all alone when we are swimming into the water? Because when everyone are into the water swimming, Jumpin will be left alone on the bank of the river. We cannot leave him like that, he says. Then the toad says that, you don't worry, I'm there to take care of him. I'll be with him. Then he will not be left lonely, he says. Jumpin was very much happy and immediately he just said thank you and hugged the toad. Was so happy. So let us see what happens in the next paragraph. When I jump across to play hopscotch on a lily pad, I'll take you on my back, he smiled at the toad. Now Jumpin is telling, you don't worry, old toad. Whenever I'm playing hopscotch, Okay, on a lily pad. Okay, so on the petals of the lily pad when I'm playing hopscotch. Hopscotch is nothing but a game where you jump and play. So at that time, I will carry you on my back, he said. So the old toad uh, was really surprised when Jumpin said that he'll be carrying him on his back. That would be rather nice, coughed the toad. The toad, it was already old, and old people, they keep coughing now and then. So he said, wow, then that would be nice if you carry me on your back. So everyone laughed there because it was not possible, isn't it? Jumpin was a small frog and the toad was an older one. It was aged and moreover it was bigger in size. So when Jumpin said that I'll carry you on my back, so everyone started laughing. Everyone but the old bullfrog. Never seen an old toad piggybacking on a young frog, he muttered, diving back into the pond. So he says that I have never seen a old toad piggybacking, that is climbing on the back of others. And traveling, I've never seen like this. He just muttered. Muttered means murmuring, speaking in a lower voice. Sometimes it happens when someone scolds at you. You don't like that. And you start talking slowly to yourself. So, same thing here, the old bullfrog is saying, I have never seen an old toad piggybacking a young frog, and he dives back into the pond. Jumpin did not hear that. He was busy teaching the old toad his jumping song. That's them. Let us sing along. So Jumpin, he did not care for anyone's word. He was just busy in singing, teaching his jumping song to the old toad. And he says, this is the song. Now let us sing along. Come on, join with me. We both will start singing the song. So the song goes like this. Jump, jump, a jump. High up I fly. A twist, a shake, a shingle din. Did I touch the sky? Jump, jump, a jump. Here I land. A bump. See in the image, you can see how Jumpin is teaching the song to the old toad. So busily he has started singing. So in the previous class also we sang this song. So I want everyone, all my little darlings, to join with me to sing this song. Jump, jump, a jump, high up I fly. A twist, a shake, a shingled in. Did I touch the sky? Jump, jump, a jump. Here I land a bump. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, my dear little darlings. Yes. So we finished the lesson with this, and now let us move on to the meanings of this page. Wailed. Wailed means made a long sad cry or noise. So you when you feel bad, you start shouting loudly and crying, no? So that is called as wailed. Marsh frog. It is one sort of a frog which looks like this. Okay, so this is called as a marsh frog. A rough voice, a voice that is not gentle, which is not soft, okay, which is very rough. Okay, lonely, unhappy because you are not with your family or friends. So when you're left out, no one is there with you, either your family or friends, at that time, the feeling that you feel is called as lonely. Piggybacking, being carried by someone. So many of the times your mama or your papa would have piggybacked you, isn't it? Yes. So this is called as piggybacking. Muttered, spoke in a low voice. So speaking in a lower voice to yourself, not to others. Okay. Now, if you're talking to others, it becomes whispering. But here you're muttering, you're murmuring to yourself in a lower voice. Yes, my dear little ones, can you all repeat along with me? Yes. Wailed, made a long, sad cry or noise. Marsh frog, rough voice, a voice that is not gentle. Lonely, unhappy because you are not with your family or friends. Piggybacking, being carried by someone. Muttered, spoke in a low voice. Wonderful, dear all. Now let us move on to the next topic. Synonyms and antonyms. So let us see first synonyms. What are synonyms? Synonyms are the words which give equivalent meaning. Okay, let us see. Wailed, the meaning of wailed. The equivalent meaning is cried. Enemy. So what is enemy? It is foe. Smart. Smart means well dressed. Lonely. Alone. Yes. Muttered. Murmur. Yes, my dear little ones, I want everyone to repeat along with me. Wailed, cried, enemy, foe, smart, well-dressed, lonely, alone, muttered, murmur. Now let us move on to the antonyms of the same synonyms. Okay. Wailed, be happy. So here wailed means it is sad, crying. So opposite of wailed, antonyms is nothing but opposites. So wailed opposite is be happy. Enemy opposite is friend. Smart opposite is stupid. Lonely opposite is crowded. Muttered opposite is speak out. Yes, my dear little darlings, I want everyone to repeat along with me. Wailed, be happy. Enemy, friend. Smart, stupid. Lonely, crowded. Muttered, speak out. Yes, great job. Now let us move on to the next one, that is frame your own sentences. So let us see the first word, lonely. Their house was lonely and bit scared, isn't it? So lonely. So there was a house, okay, which was very lonely. And why was it very much scary? Because there was no one at home. Now let us move on to the second word, muttered. He suddenly muttered something. What did he do? He suddenly muttered something. Wailed. Varun wailed in surprise. Okay, sometimes it happens. You even start shouting and crying in surprise also. So Varun wailed in surprise. Splash. He fell into the water with a splash. See here, you can see falling into a water and there is a splash of water everywhere. So, my dear little darlings, we have come to the end of today's session. Until we meet in the next class, stay home, stay safe. Thank you, and bye bye.